Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Totally Ducky here. Now, there's a lot of hated characters in the series, despite doing so much, and so many favorite characters, despite doing so little. So, there's been a lot of throw-arounds about the words underrated and overrated recently, so I decided to talk about it with the top 5 underrated characters and overrated characters. Remember, these are objective. I do love most of the overrated and hate most of the underrated. And this list will not include Redunculous Brace members since there would be too many characters to choose from. I'm going to do a list in the future if this video gets 8 likes. Now you're probably asking why 8? Because my videos rarely get likes, but somehow get 100 views. Now, let's start with 5th overrated.
Brick MacArthur, reporting for duty.
Brick MacArthur. Now, it was a hard choice between him and Topher since they both have large fan bases without doing much, but Brick had less episodes. So, it's rare to see Brick low on a tier list. He's normally in the top 3 tiers. This dude has 7 episodes and is considered a fan favorite. Wow. He had no impact on the series either. He was just a comedy character and a rival to Joe. But their rivalry was replaced by her and Lightning. If Brick was never in revenge, almost nothing will change, since Joe has, of course, Lightning. This soldier isn't gonna survive in the overrated grounds. Now, it's time for 5th underrated.
Sugar silo, I'm wicked sweet. I tap it when I rap it with a tasty beat.
Now, this may come off as a shocker, but Sugar is 5th underrated. I was debating between Sugar and Dave, but I realized Sugar had a way bigger impact on Pakatu Island. Without her, a lot of trauma wouldn't have gone around, like the Skage drama, and without Sugar, Elle and Jasmine could have made it further, and Max would have gone pre-merge. So, I'm happy for that. As much as you hate her, you have to admit, she was one of the most important characters in the series, being an iconic queen. Plus, she has a lot of funny moments that people underappreciate. That is why she is 5th underrated. Okay, now on to 4th overrated.
Yup, Izzy's back. Also returning this season, Tyler, and the co-host of...
Now for Tyler. Tyler did a little bit in the series and was mostly known as Lindsay's boyfriend, which I can say, can we just respect this man's patience with this slow blonde? Anyways, but he was a small part in one of the biggest, if not biggest, event/storyline in total drama history, aka the love triangle. He spilled the beans about going to Nugget, but he only riled it up. So without him, that major drama may have not happened. But we have Alejandro, so we're not sure. And that's why I couldn't put him below Noah, because unlike Noah, he had a relationship caused the major storyline. It was in more episodes. So now for the next underrated.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Did I? Yes! I won!
Sky. She isn't liked by a lot of people and is rarely talked about. A lot of Pakatu Island characters don't get as much attention. It's sad, really. Sky did a lot of her season. Come on, people. She was a finalist. The Skave drama. Swap teams, but was the team holder. The team leader for Mesquak. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I did my best. Anyways, note the fact she helped win team challenges and also led Ella to saving Dave from being eaten by a bear. Also, Ella is that nice, but she really hesitated over $1 million. Okay, anyways, honestly, she's not my favorite character, but she deserves to be on the underrated list. Now back to the overrated side.
Aerophobia, from the Latin, as opposed to aeronausophobia, the fear of air sickness.
Keep up the fascinating facts, and I'm going to be aeronauseous all over you.
And here goes the toxic fans right out my door. And I'm going to friggin' die now. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a no offense, so please, don't kill me, guys. I'm too young to die. Anyways, Noah wasn't in the series much, and I'm not gonna count the redonkulous race, since again, that's a topic possibly for another day. He literally couldn't even get a single-digit placement, despite being in 2 whole seasons, and was always eliminated before the halfway point. This man got 21st and 11th, but I have to admit, that's a big drop. He would have been 1 spot before if he hadn't had that friendship with Owen, which was a semi-big part of the series, and his iconic quote, "Come die with us." He had a lot of wasted potential in my eyes, and could have been a perfect antagonist if they ever did an underdog season, but I can't base it off of that. Now time for the underrated again. The fans are breaking down the door! Guys, please, somebody help!
Is Cammy Bear running home to mommy? Nope. That's your job. Game on!
Cameron is not very talked about in the fandom, despite having a huge role as a finalist in one of his seasons and merged in All-Stars. Come on, talk about him more. Well, I really don't like Cameron, but still, he's pretty underrated. He, I think, has the 3rd most episodes out of the 2nd generation after Scott and Zoe. He was a part of the trio with Mike and Zoe, 2 majorly important characters in the Gen 2 franchise. He deserves more attention and love. Now, let's go into the overrated again. On to the 2nd overrated.
Ella?
Yes, Prince David.
Ella's by far one of the, if not most popular characters in their generation, after maybe Jasmine. She's loved by a lot of fans, normally due to her innocent nature and feeling bad after Sugar and her partially small, minor, unfair elimination. Although she could have made it further, she did not and went early. Plus, her role in the season was merely to sing. Simp for Dave, which went nowhere, and get tortured by Sugar, which is not much of a character. She was filler, like the previously eliminated, only having a minor impact on the cast. The impact is telling Sky that Dave loves her, which is not much since it was obvious from the get-go. Now, 2nd underrated.
Your addicted superfan with 16 total drama blogs, Sierra.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys, and this is the greatest day of my life. Anybody got a paper bag I can breathe into?
Sierra, the Cody lover, is, as much as I hate to say, is such an underrated character, barely giving any love. Yes, she's very controversial, and if she was a man, the show would have probably been canceled. But hey, at least we wouldn't have to see All-Stars anymore, but we would lose the legendary season revenge. Now, almost everybody I've encountered hates her, mostly for her abuses against Cody, but to be fair, Sierra had a lot of character and was in so many episodes, so we have to give her credit. She made Final Four and got out right before the merge in All-Stars, making her 32 episodes, which is pretty impressive for total drama standards, especially when she only had a 26-episode season and 14-episode season. She made it 32 out of 40 episodes. Now that's a lot. She also basically carried Cody in Real Tour, and if she wasn't here, let's be honest with ourselves, he would have gone early and was a great helper in World Tour challenges. Due to her many skills, she needs more love. Well, actually, she isn't for, like, breaking the stalking law and everything. She's underrated, and we can't change that unless we start praising her. Now, for the first overrated, this is predictable, the one and only.
A lot different on the application form.
Hey, Gwen.
You mean we're staying here?
How could I not say Gwen? And she's totally loved by the fandom. She has no personality, and Dawn is super underrated. I mean, like, oh my gosh. These delusional people don't think Dawn is underrated and Gwen is overrated. Okay, that was a joke, and that was actually a quote for somebody on Instagram, a stupid person on Instagram. Okay, now on to the actual first, overrated.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about! First one on the gut! How did you... You're not even wet!
Oh, I used a shortcut.
Do I have to explain? Okay, you want an explanation? Alright. Dawn is super overrated. She's liked by the whole fandom and had won several polls without being like the fourth boot, which is pitiful. She was only in like a couple of episodes, and I love Dawn, but she was the most overrated person in the fandom. I mean, imagine a 4-episoder being more popular than the rest of the Gen 2, and even more popular than, like, Owen. And now, for the most underrated character in the fandom, introducing the next.
Fine. The Season 2 Total Drama winner is... Beth!
Okay, was anybody thinking of Beth? I bet none of you were, because a lot of people overlook Beth as one of the most underrated characters, like at least put her in the top 10 if my analytics are wrong. Several tier lists have her in the bottom, and I've only met like 3 people in the tier list that actually like Beth. She was a finalist and had sort of development in action, and had an amazing friendship with Lindsay, motivating her and managing to outsmart the season antagonist, aka Courtney. She was also a pawn for Heather, a stepping stone for Heather, and she isn't appreciated enough. They always think about Lindsay, but nobody remembers Beth in that alliance. Now, she's first underrated, and I don't like her either, guys, but she is likely the most underrated, or at least up there in the fandom. Okay, that's it for the video. The 5 most underrated and overrated characters from the fandom. I don't know why it took so long for this script. I'm sorry, guys, but I'll see you next time. Bye.